Hi, this is Shorudeep here, and I welcome you to the post-market session. And this session is being held after a gap of 1 week because last week, Friday, was the Sheda holidays. So, in between the Navratri and the Durga Puja festival was there. So, we are meeting after a couple of weeks. So, I hope that all of you enjoyed the festive season quite well and are doing good. So, those who are new to this session, I just wanted to tell you that the structure of the session, this is a 1 hour session, and in the first half an hour, I shared my view about the market, and the second uh, half an hour, Vivek sir shares his view about the market in the next week. Now, there is very little scope of question answer in this session because what happens is that uh, it is being a very compact session of half an hour each divided by two halves. We generally share our views only, and any question you have you can put into the stockage club or into the TMP. Okay, now let us recall what I posted on the last weekend, and I was cautioning in the club and in the TMP students also. If you can recall that the market was about for some kind of correction. Actually, if I talk about the market, if I go about the market, so this was the 18th, the first day. This was there was a gap up due to the US movement, and after that, from the Tuesday onwards, we have seen correction only into the market. Now, in the earlier sessions also, these are hourly chart of Nifty and Bank Nifty respectively. Bank Nifty is doing good. Okay. Now, all those who are part of this, who have been the part of this session that we have been taking together. So we have been warning quite some time that we are probably towards the end of this rally that we are observing. It can happen that we can see 20,000 also, but uh, technically, see the rally that started from 7,400, 7,500. Possibly we are approaching towards the end of this rally. Okay, well, it can go to 20,000. That is 10,000 up to can still be left, but in general, if you see the structure, the Elliott wave 5 wave structure, that is, we can see clear 5 waves, right? Even if we go a little bit 10% up notch, possibly we are ending this cycle of up move that we have seen, this beautiful cycle of up move. And that is why I today also in the TMP I posted that the close in the Nifty was not great, and if I see the close in the Nifty here, though RSI, MACD all are good, but this is a kind of a dark cloud cover that has formed today. It obviously needs a follow-up, but and one more important thing is that, see, this trend line is not broken. This broader trend line in weekly chart is not broken, so we can still go up higher, but we should be mentally prepared that we are we are approaching the end of the cycle, and we need to book profit for some stocks here, for some stocks maybe if they can go up. So what we were earlier gung ho going on, that bull, so we were bullish on stocks. That phase is towards the end. Okay, even if it goes up, there will be a kind of distribution. It is unlikely to be a uh, very steep fall just at this moment, but there can be profit booking in select pockets. And if I talk about the select pockets, let me look at the relative chart. So from 18, these are the relative sectoral charts. So you can see this is the Dow Jones indices. So this today it is not complete. So it is not complete. So we have started underperforming the market. Okay, we have started underperforming the market. Is Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Can I get a quick sign, show of hands if you can hear me? Yes, great. Thank you. Yeah. So what I was saying, trying to say is, see that Nifty Bank, Nifty PSU Bank, only private banks, these are the sectors did well. Obviously, they are looking bullish to me, and possibly I'm expecting 43,000, 44,000 in Bank Nifty. But all other sectors, like if you can see, CNX Metal for the week is down 8%, FMCG is down 7%, especially due to the case of ITC and HUL, which constitute almost 50% of the index, okay, of the FMCG index. CNX, Realty, you can see down, Pharma, mid cap, energy, everything is down. Infra, everything is down except the banks and the financial services. Let us understand the reason why this is happening. See, at right now, if I look at the global market, uh, if I look at the global market, as I told you, if Dow sustains above this 35,600, we can see a little bit up move at Dow, and that may stop the down move in Nifty for the time being. Dow is showing the signs that it can go higher very slowly. Slowly, it is trying to move higher. But what has happened in the past many weeks is that this is the problem point for India. See, India is a country which depends for 80% of its energy consumption on imported oil. And you can see WTI, it is right now at 83, and India imports, which is benchmark on Brent. Okay, so if I open the Brent oil, you will see the Brent crude oil is almost 86, 85, 86, and there is a high possibility we will soon be in the threshold of hundreds. And that's why what happens is that when crude prices goes up as a market, India underperforms the US market, because US almost have 80 to 90% of its crude domestically produced. It imports very little, but India imports 80 to 85%, and that's why it becomes very difficult for India to outperform as a market when crude oil is above $80, and that is what happening. If you have seen that the certain stocks I will discuss right now, in which the result has been published. So one is, just a second, yeah, one is Asian Paints. So raw material is crude oil, and there was a very bad result that came out, and it had fallen to almost to a support level. Okay, if I talk about HUL, it also had a very Hindustan Unilever. So it also had its see, this was the range. There was a range breakout, and I was expecting it to bounce from 2620, but it has fallen from there. Why these things are happening? You have to understand that as the crude oil prices goes up, all the commodity prices. If I talk about corn, okay, so corn futures, uh, just a second, corn futures. If I go there, you will see that the corn futures, what used to be the price, the 3826 into the wide range of time, that the corn prices double. Okay. Similarly, if I take the wheat futures, okay, so if I go to the wheat futures, you will find that all the commodity prices are quite up from the level that used to be. These are double price of what the price used to be. If I talk to you about the sugar price, and this is happening globally, this is not only specific to India. Because of the high inflation, you can see sugar prices almost doubling over the period of last 12 months, 12 to 18 months. Okay, now all the raw material price, if I talk about zinc futures, okay, so you can see we are at lifetime high, we pull back from there. If we talk about aluminium feature, okay, aluminium aluminium futures, okay, see the prices are at lifetime high. If I talk about the zinc futures, so you can zinc futures lifetime high. Okay, nickel future now, nickel future. Okay, so nickel future I'm showing. So you can see all are at lifetime high almost since these have started trading in India. So you can understand the kind of cost pressure from automaker to FMCG manufacturer uh, to the pharma. Everyone is facing because of the higher inflation, and that's why they are not able to pass this price hike to the consumer. And that is why what is happening is that presently you will see that the profit margin is shrinking, and though the top line is growing, the sales is growing, but the profit margin of most of the companies we will find that they are coming down. And crude oil has a very strong possibility, as I said, to go to $100. If I talk about gold, okay, so in the case of companies like Titan, you will find this. See, gold prices are right now moving up, and rupee dollar is weakening to around 75. So we are in an inflationary situation, and that is why what will happen, though the sales will increase, but what will happen if I talk about the copper future, this is open here. Let me show you. Lifetime high, almost lifetime high. If you can see from what it used to be, it is double. So you can understand that from automaker to steel maker to almirah maker to any manufacturer is finding very steep cost pressure. And right now you can see they are pricing in that US 10 US 10-year yield is around 1.68. Once it goes above 1.75, 1.77, then it will be pricing into a couple of rate hikes in the next 12 months, and that will actually increase the interest rate in the case of India also. And if you remember, I have told many a times, see what happens in India, especially the consumer focused banks. What happens to them is that they borrow their right now uh, their FD costs are fixed. Okay, the FD would be renewed, but what will happen as soon as the prices of or the interest rate goes up from the reserve banks, what will happen, they will pass on that interest rate hike to their consumers. And what will happen result to that, it will happen that the interest cost will be passed on and their margin will increase. And that is why if this is hourly chart, you can see this is very bullish. And if I tell you the weekly chart, you can see this is very bullish chart. Okay, Nifty Bank chart. And possibly the way I am looking at the, if I show you the weekly chart of here of the Nifty Bank, I am expecting Nifty Bank to reach, okay, just a second, Nifty Bank to reach around these levels. Okay, these levels of 43,800. Again, coming from the calculation of the Elliott wave. I am not going into details into it, but we are in the final wave. But still, we can possibly go towards this 43,800 to, if it sustains above that, then still higher. So you can understand right now the important sector for you would be bank, and among banks that will be discussed later. But what you need to understand is that, let us look at all the other sectors one by one at this moment. See, Nifty Metal. So you can see that a very strong bearish engulfing pattern in Nifty Metal. Nifty Auto, there is a bearish pattern, but still the bullishness is not gone because auto has not performed very well in between because of the chip shortage. So auto can still have a little bit of boom, but again, this 12,100 is a kind of a resistance. Okay, then comes, just a second. Yeah. Nifty FMCG. You can see a very big bearish engulfing, and also due to ITC, because in the ITC there is news of hike of the possibility of hike of taxes in the case of cigarette. Okay, in the case of Nifty Realty also, you can see bearish engulfing. Okay, Nifty Infra, I will show you. So all this raw material cost will go up, especially cement stocks. You will find the Nifty Infra see a bearish engulfing pattern, though the trend line is not broken. Okay, so you can trend line is not broken in any of the indices apart from Nifty FMCG, I would say. So there can be a pullback next week. Obviously, Nifty is at a very crucial support. So let me show you the daily chart of Nifty here. So it is highly possible for Nifty to come to this 17,950, which is 20 DMA around, and from there it can take a bounce. And also, if I remove this, just a second, if I remove this Fibonacci drawing for a second, you will find that there was a gap that was created at 18,000. That gap got filled. Now it can come to 17,950, and from there it can bounce. But you have to mentally prepare to book some profits in the stocks, and mid caps there were carnage. If I talk about stocks like IRCTC, you can see they have fallen to the mid Bollinger, staying there. If I talk about uh, Mindtree, there were real carnage happening in this. Though Mindtree is in a good shape because the company has given very good result, and IT in itself is not looking very bearish to me. Okay, so Nifty IT I have reserved because I wanted to say that, see, it is not looking very bearish to me, especially if I go to the weekly chart. It is not looking very bearish to me. It can possibly bounce later because IT margins won't be very much hampered due to this rise in uh, interest cost, because IT companies don't have a lot of borrowing. Okay, if the interest cost goes up, what will happen? The borrowing cost of companies will go up. So you can understand the sectors that will be affected, but IT is not one of them. So IT can still bounce if it sustains about 34,700 on a medium term basis. So the pattern of distribution have started. So now it will go up, come down, go up, come down, but the straight up move possibly is over, and possibly we are towards uh, a situation where market will have two ways movement. See, market always used to have two ways movement. If you see, in the last 1.5 years, you have only one way movement. Okay, so if I exclude that part, you will find that market always had two ways movement. It would go up, come down, go up, come down. Now this two ways movement of the market has started. Nifty IT and possibly Nifty Bank has a little bit bullishness in their strides, but overall you will find a lot of stocks like DMart, all those high flyers, past high flyers. You can see the kind of fall they have seen. And please understand, these stocks have gone from a level of 4,500 to 6,000. So when they correct, even if they correct to 2,500 from a present level of 4,500 also, because these are not index stocks, overall index won't be disturbed, but these stocks can, which have gone from a level of 4,500 to 6,000, can easily fall to 2,000 to 2,500 without breaking its longer term bullish approach. So you have to understand this, like all those high flyers, those have gone up, like SRF. You can see the fall. Bajaj Twins did not fall. So Bajaj Finserv did not fall much because Bajaj Finserv are in the lending business. So Bajaj Finance also, you can see, are one of the stronger stocks right now. Little bit of correction, not a big deal, but they can still go up. Okay, they are not very weak, but the other high flyers like IRCTC, like DMart, like I would say uh, a stock like InfoEdge, though it is diversified IT only. So these stocks can fall. Okay, these stocks can fall and maybe can fall to 5,500, 5,700. So my point is, if you have your stop loss triggered, like you can have maximum 10% stop loss, okay, from the levels it has started falling. If it is broken, please exit the stocks. And Vivek sir has a better way of exiting, like he follows 2 hourly super trend. And if 2 hourly super trend is broken, as sir says, I'm introducing super trend here. So 2 hourly super trend is broken. So you better exit this stocks rather than holding it. And see, after breaking, it has fallen 10% also. So I'm not suggesting you to sell short, because what happens is that selling short is a completely professional game. Tata Steel, if you see the steel stocks, they have started correcting the worst way. So Tata Steel had a big correction. You can see, if you talk about JSW Steel, it had also a great correction, and they can continue to correct going forward. What is looking good? Okay, let me right now discuss about the stocks that are looking good, and after that I will try to take few questions today, because I can understand market has fallen, so some of you are quite worried about the market. So let me discuss about the good stocks. So HDFC, possibly if it sustains above this 2900, it can go on the upside. So Bajaj Twins I showed you. Apart from that, Kotak Bank is looking good to me. Though it's a 2 hourly chart, let me make it daily. So Kotak Bank is looking good to me. ICICI is looking good to me. Looking good to me for more. Axis Bank is looking good to me. And PSBs are looking good. All PSBs are looking good, right? So SBI looking good. Canada Bank looking good. These are the better performing among the PSBs. Okay, so these PSBs are looking good. Private banks, I showed you which are looking good to me. AU Bank is also looking good. AU Small Finance Bank. Sorry, AU Small Finance Bank. Trying to go up. If it goes above 1250, 1260, it can go up, because banking as a sector is now in the favorable, though it is not the best performing bank compared to the charts that I have shown. And finally, HDFC Bank, the king, because it has 28% share in the banking. It is also looking broadly good. It can go up in the kind of market we are having. It can go up, and Nifty itself can bounce if it is 1790. 70,950 is protected, but you have to understand that the Nifty mid cap. Let me show you the Nifty mid cap index. Mid cap 100. So you can see the kind of candle it had formed, bearish engulfing. Nifty small cap. Let me take this small cap. Just a second. Let me take S&P BSE small cap index. You can see, though the trend line is not broken, but the kind of disastrous fall it has started. Once the trend line is broken, you will see the real fall. Now from here it can bounce back also. I am not saying that it is the end of the bull market. What I am saying that we are towards the end of the bull market, and whatever stock will hit your stop loss will have to take stop loss in that. Okay, and that is why if you remember all those who are in the TMP, that I yesterday told you that I am not giving a lot of stocks. Yesterday I gave only this stock, this Nifty Bank as a trade, that if it crosses 780, all of you may remember that if it crosses this level, it will go up. And actually, sorry, 780. This, if this level is crossed, it will go up, and this has started going up. And you have to be very, very specific, because once the correction starts, especially in the high flyers, don't think that a 6,000 rupees stock has corrected to 3,000. This is a good buy. You should buy only what is going up, because it was 6,000, now it is 3,000. It is cheap, it will go up, it may not happen, it may fall to 2,000 also, and then languish for 4-5 years. You have to understand this part. Now I will take very few questions. I have PFC. Okay, PFC, let us see one of the charts. PFC is weak. PFC is weak. Government PFC, as I can see that it is weak. Among NBFCs, this is the weaker one. So, sir, there are a lot of questions about stock specific. I am getting. I'm not going into stock specific. Tata Motors, because there was a lot of gap up in news. This I'm just showing you. See, Tata Motors is overall good, and possibly it will break out on the upside only because there is a EV news. But in general, Nifty Auto Index is not very strong also, and there are a lot of questions about the stock specific IEX, TCS. I would like to take more procedural question. Sir, used to buy 5-minute confirmation. Will that change? Yes, I am right now not giving any buy call very easily. So today also HDFC, I gave the buy once it sustained more than 15 minutes. I am trying to see the market is changing and we have to adapt to that. Okay. Views on Nalco, Sonata Software, stock specific. I'm just right now avoiding. Do you expect Nifty 50 to fall below 17,900 next week? No, I don't expect it to fall on the first go. Maybe later it will break, but not right now. I don't expect. This is my expectation, but still it can break. Pradeep Kumar, Pradeep ji. Sir, due to RS, my trading has changed and feel more calm. Great to hear, sir. UXer will be happy to hear that. What is about Nifty Media Index? Nifty Media is mainly about Z, very high, and if I very high weightage of G, Z has gone up and not fallen much. So overall, this chart, it is very difficult to have a very bearish or bullish view of this chart because the Bollinger has flattened out. But as long as it stays above 300, you can consider it a little bit bullish. Otherwise, nothing is there. The realty sector, sir, realty sector has a good momentum, especially Godrej Properties. But Nifty Realty had a very bad candle. But when market recovers, it can go up. It can go up. Nifty Realty go up because Realty is just near support. It can go up, but it had a bad week. If it Nifty Realty sustains above 485, it can go up. Chemical sector, you can see the raw material cost push will hurt them. Okay, so Deepak Nitrite, you can see the kind of fall. Okay, Tata Chemical, you can see the kind of fall. BASF, you can see, no, BASF is not very weak, but a lot of chemical stocks. SRF, you can see a little bit weakish. So chemical sector is on the fall right now. So thank you. I have tried to take few questions, and I will now pass on to Vivek sir. Hi sir, can you hear me?
Hi, good evening everyone. I
Thank you,
hope
sir.
you guys are able to hear me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. So today we have almost 300 plus uh, visitors, learners in this. So I'm very, very excited. More and more people are joining this Friday session discussion. As you know that this Friday session discussion is something which we started for our club members and TMP members a couple of months ago, and the session has been absolutely amazing because the session serves two purposes. One is to connect with all of you and discuss things with all of you. Second is to share a few ideas, few thought, what is happening in the market, and maybe help you to structure your discussion with respect to the market. And obviously, the third one is to share with you any new strategy, new thought we have with respect to the market. So I welcome all of you to this session. Now, I mean, Shurudip is always great with his assessment of the market, especially at the macro level. He has an extremely strong understanding about the intermarket relationship. And I always tell this to people who see my Learn to Trade videos or who are part of the club that finally all of us are here for a very long tenure. We are not here for a couple of months of engagement with the market. We want to be engaged for a longer tenure so that we can make a lot of money from the market, right? And that is only possible if you develop that holistic understanding of the market. And holistic understanding of the market will only come if you have broader view of the market by looking at multiple assets. All right. So this is something which I've been very, very candidly and categorically speaking about. So let me give you a holistic understanding of the market from my side, and I'll share with you an important way to identify stocks which may be relevant for you. Okay. So let's talk about the market first. So as you know, I always look at dollar index and what dollar index is doing. So here we have dollar index on a weekly basis. Dollar index is hovering around between 94.5 and critical level of 93. So till dollar index is between these two ranges, I think the matter of concern has kind of slowed down. Uh, Obviously, the interest rates in the US is going up. The yield curve is going up. You see, this is the yield curve. So the yield curve is going up, which is a reflection of increase in inflation there. And that is the point of discussion or everywhere, that if yield curves goes up, inflation goes up, the dollar will also go up, which will lead to some kind of a selling across all risky assets. So right now, we are not seeing any trigger globally with respect to major selling, but definitely market is at a cautiously bullish zone. This I've been using for some time, and some people may not like me for that because I have been asking people to be cautiously bullish, and the market did went up like mad. Some of the stocks have gone up like crazy, but some of them have actually come back like crazy as well. So cautiously bullish is still my stance, because still yield curve is in a positive bias and inflation is a concern, and dollar doesn't go down, which I don't think so. Dollar is in a hurry to go down. I am still cautiously bullish, and I will play the market with the most conservative manner. When you say conservative, there are actions which you are supposed to take. The most important action is to book your loss immediately. If anything is going against your model, there is no reason why you should hold on to that thing unless you want to take that chance, which is possible. I mean, out of 10 stocks, maybe 2 stocks, you still want to take the chance. But practically, I see that remaining conservative in the market in this scenario is the best strategy. Don't go aggressive. You can prefer to remain in large cash, maybe 30% of your portfolio you can be in cash, but definitely not a market where we want to go very, very aggressive. What is happening with crude oil and other commodities, currency? You see, Shuradeep has been very bullish on crude oil since 60, when the crude oil breached this important level right here. So he has been talking about crude oil positively. If you see face to face, if you see the ELM live, which we did couple of months ago, Suradip has been talking about crude after breaching 60, it will move towards 100, and a lot of confirmation has come that definitely crude is going towards 100, and maybe it's a political action that yes, most of the governments want crude to go up, because until this crude goes up, the focus on non-fossil fuel will not be there, and that's why so much of talk is happening with respect to EV, with respect to ethanol, sugar story, alternate forms of energy. So I think that story is intact. So till crude is going up, that story is there. So you should definitely figure out stocks which are beneficiary of that story. Apart from that, gold is kind of in a range. It comes down to 1780, 1700. It goes up to 1800. So I think gold is going to be here only. Gold is not in a hurry to do much, whereas other metals are going up. Why are other metals going up? Because when crude oil goes up, cost of energy goes up, cost of producing the other metals also go up. So zinc, copper, and other metals are going up. So the commodity cycle globally is turned, and it is positive. And it is not positive right now. It has been positive for the last couple of months. So I think commodity cycle is not in for major correction. So be bullish on the overall commodity basket, particularly on the metal side. I think there is enough room still available for all the commodity stocks to continue the outperformance in the market. All right, so let's go to sector specific discussion. So my weekly model and the weekly chart is available to discuss the sectors. First sector is the metal sector, extremely volatile sector, erratic. Every day it gives a movement of 2, 3, 4%. So it has fallen today. But you see, as I said, the commodity cycle is here to stay for some time. If commodity crude oil prices is going up, then commodity cycle will be there. And this is not something new which is happening. ये मैंने काफी साल से देखा है कि जब भी क्रूड तेज रहता है पूरा कमोडिटी बास्केट तेज रहता है. तो I would say that stay bullish on metals, keep on identifying stocks which are available near their important price retracement zone, and just keep on buying them. Media, I've never understood this sector, so somehow I've never traded this sector. I may have lost opportunities, particularly in Z, but I've never traded this sector. Pharma, I've been kind of cautious. I have not gone long on pharma. I've been speaking about it that जो एक रैली फार्मा को मिला था because of the COVID thing, I think that rally has quite subsided. तो फार्मा में केस टू केस बेसिस पे देखना पड़ेगा. Similarly in FMCG, there will be case to case stories, stock specific stories which will emerge, but definitely these are not the leaders anymore. The next leg of leadership is coming from IT. I'm still extremely bullish on IT. There will be corrections, but corrections are healthy because the way stocks have gone up, if they don't correct, when will they start the next level of movement? So IT is definitely positive. Metal is definitely positive. Auto, I think I've gone wrong. Auto, I was bullish on the two-wheeler space, but I have seen that many four-wheelers have done very well. Particularly the auto ancillaries have done well, which are focused on EV. Tata Motor, obviously, we have been bullish. We have been talking about it. So I think it's not an auto story, it's a next gen story. So Tata Motor, I would exclude from other auto basket, but I'm surprised that two-wheelers have not performed in this market. Maybe people are worried about this EV evolution or revolution, which has been instigated by Ola and Hero Electrics of the world. Maybe the whole industry is worried about it, but it's not going to be an easy transition because EV cars have its own challenges. Particularly the two-wheeler EV will have its own challenges, but let's see where it goes. But yeah, I've been wrong in this because I was very bullish on two-wheelers and relatively lesser bullish on four-wheelers, but I think it has happened reverse. It happens. PSU Bank, I've always said that these are the most unreliable lots. The only two banks in PSU which I would trust is State Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, and they have been doing fairly okay. Not giving a abnormal return, but it's okay. I mean, you can't be in the right stock and right sector all the time. But you see, this model works so fantastically. Huh? Relative strength on a weekly basis. If you follow and if you only stay invested or figure out stocks among these sectors like metal, IT, and PSU Bank, I think there is fair bit of opportunity available. Real estate, what do I say? It is not for weak hearts. ये बच्चों के खेलने की चीज नहीं है. I say this because it is really the sector which needs fair bit of focus and fair bit of patience. So real estate, I'm still positive. I will always be positive. I have large allocation in real estate stocks. So you can also think what you want to do, but yes, it is a risky stock. In private bank, I've always liked ICICI Bank, and it has not surprised me. SDFC Bank has gone up, but I was never positive on SDFC Bank. But yes, I'm positive on housing banks. I'm positive on SDFC because housing is something which is very bullish. At a ground level, we see the demand is there. People are craving for bigger houses, and the way interest rates are right now, 6.5%, 6% for home loan, which is unheard of. So yes, there will be problems of recovery, but housing is actually the most reasonable. It's a most stable. A housing loan is the most stable form of lending. So वहाँ पे recovery is not a big challenge. Typically NPAs are very low here. So housing and housing finance and private banks में कुछ specific banks like ICICI Bank, Kotak Bank. Obviously Kotak, because they invested in our company, they became a very good company, isn't it, to invest? But no, Kotak Bank has always been an expensive and good bank because it has growth as well as value as part of its business model. Because Kotak Bank is not just bank; it is an investment company in insurance, investment company in stockbroking. So it has a deep integration of value and growth inside the business model. So on and all, if you see metals, IT, metals, IT, and a bit of private banks and real estate. These are fairly positive sectors, and we should identify stocks based on these sectors. Stock specific actions. Now, I want to give you guys an interesting way to identify stocks for yourself. Okay. A lot of you would be Stockage users. In fact, there are few people who have joined today who are just Stockage premium users, and you are not part of the club or the TMP. So for everyone who is part of the Stockage premium version, I want to talk about the scans which we have. You know, the difference between the scans which we have and the scans which is typically available in other platform is that we are triggered scans. So if you see, I'll give you an example. Let's go to technical scan and let's go to moving average. If you see the scans which we have, this is close crossing 20-day moving average, close crossing 20-day moving average from above, close crossing 50-day moving average. If you see, we are not giving you scans which are like stocks which are trading above 50-day moving average. No, or stocks which are trading below 50-day moving average, because that's a huge list of stocks. So some people tell me that, sir, why are you limiting us to a combination scan of only 10 scans in a combination? So I keep on telling them that there is no point in adding more than 10, because these are all exceptions. These are already filters. Okay. And if you add 5 to 7 or max 10 filter as part of your scanning process, you will be able to identify or get the list of stocks which are relevant. Okay. So please, I request all my, Stockage family members here, and in case you face any trouble, please do connect with us. We will be more than happy to train you on this. Please, I request, go through all these. These are so powerful, so relevant, and we have well crafted this based on our experience of a knowledge that what works into the market. So please go through these scans. The moment you go through these scans, you will have an understanding, and then you will be able to create your own effective combinations. I want to talk about one scan which is very good for your stock identification. So you go to fundamental scan, go to profitability scan, and there is a scan called quarterly net profit growth and quarterly EBITDA growth. Just go to quarterly EBITDA growth. Once you go to this scan, you can you see these are majority scan. Now let me explain this filter to you. Major stock is basically what we have seen, that all these stocks which are part of any of the indices of the exchange. So it could be NSE 500, BSE 500, or any of the other indices. So major stocks is more or less 600 to 650 stocks. Then you have NSE stocks, which are all NSE stocks, BSE stocks, all BSE stocks. NSE FO are the stocks which are only in the FO segment. NSE 50 is obviously 50 stocks, 200 stocks, and Nifty 500. Nifty 500 is basically, doesn't make sense to have Nifty 500 because major stocks includes Nifty 500. Okay. And here you see by period, you select the current period only. So just give me a minute, please. Just give me a minute. Sorry. So current period only. What do you mean by current period? Current period means that based on the latest quarterly results, the stocks will be identified. Okay. If you don't do current period, then it will also include the previous periods. So कुछ companies है जिनका latest quarterly result आ चुका है. So you obviously want to only focus on those companies who have disclosed their result. And if these companies are good, then you obviously want to have those companies as part of your portfolio. So let's consider only current period. So apply. Okay. So इससे क्या हो गया? You are getting all the companies whose performance in this quarter is better because there is a growth, was better than the previous quarter. So which are these companies? These are the companies. Lot of companies. Okay. And it is only for current period. Now you as an investor who is doing maybe for a longer swing trading, these are very good stocks because ये stocks में fundamentally कुछ अच्छा हो रहा है. Because if they are performing so well, and I'm talking about EBITDA, I'm not talking about PAT. So these are operating profits. So if these companies are making better operating profits vis-a-vis historically, then obviously these are good companies. And whenever these companies are available at a lower price, at a broken down price, and their relative strength is also greater than zero, I will be happy to invest in these companies. एक काम करते हैं, ये कंपनीज का अपने एक्सेल में डाउनलोड कर लेते हैं. सो लेट्स डाउनलोड द एक्सेल. ओके, सो डाउनलोड and open the Excel. Okay, so this is the Excel sheet. Now we have all the symbols here. What I will do is I want to import these in TradingView because I'm using TradingView for my very active research. So create new. So quarterly, good quarterly companies. Actually, you know what? I created a scan, combo scan called good, strong, and reasonable stocks. So these are basically stocks where PE is moderate and whose quarterly performance is good and they are strong stocks. So these are the stocks which are almost their stocks. So actually you can use these stocks also and put it in the output, or let's continue with that, what we were doing. So good quarterly profit. Okay, now what I need to do is, please pay attention to this. And this could be very useful for people who are active in the market. That this symbol, I need to add a comma after this symbol. So I will put a formula, this and comma. All right. Sorry, my mistake. And this comma, because comma is a text, right? So we'll copy this. So now we have comma after all the symbols. I'll copy this and I will add this and paste this. So by doing this, now I have the list of companies who have come out with their results, and these companies are fundamentally doing good. Okay. Now what do I need to do? I need to identify stocks out of these companies. So if you do this homework every day and draw this template, and I'm sure that you, by the time now you know this template because I've shared this template with everyone in every platform, in my YouTube channel, in my club, everywhere now people know this template. And Obviously, I expect people to modify this also based on their comfort. But what I want you to do is look at all the stocks like this. DCM Shriram, RS is less than 0, not. India Mart, RS is less than 0, not. Supreme Petro, not. Biocon, not. Network 18, yes. This is an interesting stock because इसका RS 0 के ऊपर है और ये price गिर रहा है, तो very high chance that this stock will retrace because the stock is strong and fundamentally also they have performed better in the latest quarter. तो इसको मैं mark कर देता हूँ as a let me take a different color. Let me mark this as a green color. Okay, ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते. Hindustan Zinc, no. This probably yes, TV broadcasting because it's almost there and it is also there as in a 21 period moving average. So इसको भी अपने mark कर देते हैं as an orange color. Kind, yes, Kind is also interesting, looking good. Jubilant Food, no. So maybe Jubilant Food will reverse from here, but since RS is less than 0, I am not interested. And people who want to play a very short-term swing, maybe they can look at 2-hourly chart, which I've discussed. But I typically play for a longer swing, where my target is to make 25 to 30% return. So for that, I use the daily chart. And people who want to do a say 5% to 10% move working, then you can look at this 2-hourly chart. Okay. Emphasis, yes, absolutely. Sonata Software, no. LTTS, yes. Mahindra, no. Tata Coffee, kind of. I can still track it. No. TCI Express, again, kind of. I can still track it. It's almost around 0. Lemon Tree, yes, I want to track it. Wipro, yes, I want to track it. Infi, not really. Kajaria Ceramic, yes, I want to track it. Root, no. GDL, no. LTI, yes, I want to track it. Century Textile, maybe it's a just cross there, so maybe. Maharashtra Bank, no. Nestle, no. ACC, no. Vakrange, interesting. Knowing the history of this company, I would not like to venture. TCS, no. JW Steel, no. HFCL, maybe yes, I want to track. Angel Broking, yes, I want to track. DMart, yes, definitely. Wow, what a beautiful structure. It's almost around 21 period moving average and it's a strong stock. So DMart actually becomes a very interesting stock for me to buy right now. Yes, HDFC Bank, interesting. Havels, no. Or maybe yes, because it has just come down. Intensity of the fall is so high that I can still give benefit of doubt to this company. Oh, IEX, yes. Mastec, yes. Mindtree, yes. Hudson, yes. ISEC, kind of, yes. Supreme, yes. Concord, no. MHRI, yes. CG Power, yes. Trident, anyways, I have position, so it is yes. Tanla, almost yes, almost yes. TVS Motor, kind of, I can still explore because it is green. And SL Tech, no. So now you see in my orange list, so these are the stocks which have done recently good fundamentals, and I am willing to track these stocks. And how do you, now the question comes that किसे trade कैसे करें? ये तो आपने बता दिया stocks कैसे identify होता है, अभी trade कैसे करें? Well, depends upon what is your, again I said, is it a shorter tenure swing or a longer tenure swing? if it is a shorter tenure swing, then 2 hourly breakouts. तो अगर ये स्टॉक 2 hourly चार्ट के अंदर में ग्रीन है और ये कोई ब्रेकआउट दे रहा है 2 hourly चार्ट, तब फिर आप ब्रेकआउट पे ट्रेड कीजिए या रिट्रेसमेंट पे भी ट्रेड कर सकते हैं इफ इट इज ट्रेडिंग नियर योर डिमांड जोन. सो सुपर ट्रेंड डिमांड इज अ demand zone. So it's a good stock right now to buy Network 18 because it is around this zone. TV18 for a short swing, no. For long swing, maybe we can make an attempt, but with a small quantity. CINT, ultimately this is a game of elimination. So stocks तो हमारे पास बहुत आएंगे, but we need to only focus on stocks जिन पे हमको थोड़ा comfort आए. तो these are the various stocks which you have now. Every one of us will have our own preference for a particular strategy because we are actually only looking at either for a shorter swing or for a longer swing. तो ये TCI Express अभी ठीक लग रहा है, Network 18 अच्छा लग रहा था. So मैं 2 hourly chart देख रहा हूँ अभी, हाँ, because I'm interested in that 5 to 10% move which will come in a shorter swing. In a longer swing, I'm targeting 25%. So maybe I can look at them. Okay, one more thing before I close this discussion is that volume. Volume is extremely important, specifically when a stock is falling. I'll give you an example. कल मैंने उसमें भी post किया था Prestige. You see this stock, whenever the price has gone up, there was a heavy buying volume, and this is an indicator called TL enhance volume. ये आपको ट्रेडिंग व्यू में अगर आप सर्च करोगे ट्रेडर लाइन enhance, ये वाला ये आपको मिल जाएगा. Okay, so whenever the stock went up, there was a good green candle volume, and whenever the stock was falling, you see the volume is not so high. इसका मतलब the weak guys, they have exited. Strong guys who entered earlier, they are still intact in the market. So along with super trend and RS, etc., you should look at the volume, and if you see there is an aggressive volume when the stock is falling, then obviously you should avoid that stock till there is a new green candle. जैसे ये स्टॉक में कजरिया के अंदर स्ट्रॉन्ग है, बट इतना अच्छा वॉल्यूम हुआ फॉल के वक्त कि I may like to wait because there may be follow on sell which will happen in this stock. LIT, LTI. See, this is a classic case. This is so beautiful chart. हाँ, देख रहे हो आप इसको? L&T Infotech fundamentally doing great work. Quarterly performance अच्छा है. The stock is a strong stock. जब बड़ा है तो strong candle है. गिर रहा है तो candle इसके छोटे से हैं. ये stock perfect stock है. ये अगर हमको और नीचे मिलेगा तो मैं stock को ले लूँगा. Are you guys with me? You understood this? So what we need to do is identify stocks which are showing me a sign of strength because they are fundamentally doing good in the market. ये देखो डिमांड देखो, फॉल आया, लॉट ऑफ वॉल्यूम, एवरेज वॉल्यूम से ज्यादा वॉल्यूम. अभी मैं अटेम्प्ट नहीं करूंगा, मेरे को पहला दिन देखना है जब इसमें ग्रीन आए, बाइंग आए, उस दिन मैं अटेम्प्ट करूंगा. मे बी माई स्टॉप लॉस विल बी लो of that day when the green candle was there. So when you develop this habit of looking at only limited stocks, and you can have different ways of identifying limited stocks. ये तो मैंने आपको सिर्फ एक स्कैन बताया, वो भी स्टॉकेज का स्कैन में से एक स्कैन निकाल दिया. अगर आप स्टॉकेज के सारे स्कैन्स को एक एक करके देखोगे ना, this is a I can't say anything because obviously it's the product which we are working day and night, and I will have a biasness for this product. But if you start using it in conjunction with TradingView, money making in stock market consistently will not be a challenge. It's just that you need to put that extra 1 hour every day to become part of this money making chain. All right, guys, so it's 7. I hope it was interesting session. Thank you so much for joining. I unfortunately will not be taking questions, but feel free to connect with me. TMP members can connect with me through WhatsApp. Club members, I'm there on the platform. Just buzz me on the platform, and I'm always there to help you in whatever way. If you want to have a 10-minute conversation with me, please connect with support team They will connect. I have already had the privilege of talking to so many people for 10 minutes. And people who are not part of TMPN Club, I sincerely believe that you should at least upgrade your subscription to Club, because this is really great platform we are building for amazing value-added discussion on the market. All right, guys, thank you. Good night. And thank you, Shoradeep. Thank you to the support team and everyone who is coordinating this. You guys are awesome and keep remaining the way you are. Bye-bye. Take care.